Good day, everyone. Let's talk about Lecture 2, which is the product idea development and team formation. So, in your self instructional manual, this is the ULOP or the Unit Learning Outcomes B, which is to develop a business team with an initial idea for technopreneurship ventures. So, as you can see, here are some of its topics. Now, let's talk about business. Now, business is defined as an organized and purposeful human activity that creates value and exchanges that value for something equal or of higher value intended to continue provide such value over time as a going concern. It's an organized and purposeful human activity. So, as you can see, it's very important that we highlight organized and also the purposeful human activity, meaning we do business with a purpose because an individual or a group combines and utilizes resources towards productive activity. Now, as you can see here in this picture, if you have some ideas, no, we have what we call the brainstorming together with our friends. Then you can see in the last one is the profit. Now, business is intended to continue providing such value over time as a going concern. Business is a continuous process and it follows a business model where the market gives values. We all love to become a boss of our own business someday, but most of us do not know where to start. Now, where can we get product idea? First is we have to generate techniques. We also have to read some materials. We should not be stagnant. If we want to learn, we read. We should know our hobbies, our interests, skills, and also we have to discover something. No, we also have to be able to know our past experiences, and of course, we should know what are the problems around us. Product ideas can be taken from a lot of ways and can occur at any time. So it's important to be on the lookout for opportunities. So we have to look for opportunities. Now, how can we develop this product idea? Here are some steps. First is to, of course, actually it's a development process. Now we have to start with generating ideas. No? So Uh, like as mentioned earlier, is there a problem around you? No, unmet needs, as we have learned from lecture one. Um, are you skillful enough not to do that? So we generate ideas, we screen the ideas. So of course, there are some ideas na medyo impossible. No? So we have to screen which ideas should be possible with our skills, with our uh, what do you call this, interests, as you can see here again, right? The hobbies, no, we have to screen them. Then we develop it after screening. Of course, we have to read. No, we have to research on the things na medyo bago on the idea. So we have to not settle for what we know. We have to improve more on ourselves. And then, of course, we have to test. We have to test and we have to test again. And now, that's the time that we launch our idea. So, upon doing business, hindi po siya basta-basta. Okay, of course. Now, it has to undergo this idea development process before we test and launch it. Now, in idea development process, the first one again is generating idea. In this particular step, idea generation techniques are like brainstorming. You have to write, and write. You don't have to overlook the obvious and you have to suspend your judgment. In screening idea, You have to select the best idea based on the meets the needs of customers. Okay, it's just like what I've said earlier. So you have to meet not the needs of customers. You have to generate. It has to generate high profit because how can you do a business if you just do it for fun? Na business na palugi. Okay, you have to be. It has to be feasible, as what I've said earlier. It has to be feasible, not impossible, and its competitiveness in the market. So, for example, are you the only one doing the business? Or marami ka bang competitors? So you have to think about those. Now, in developing idea, you have to create a product design. You have to develop prototype, or if it's more on technology, you develop your software. You have to obtain intellectual property protection for that one as well. Now, on researching the idea, you have to perform market research. You have to identify demand of the product or service, and you determine competitive advantage. So what are the advantages of your product in the market? Now, what is the difference of your product on your competitors? The next one is to test, test, and test. So you have to join market fairs. You also consider product demo. So you demonstrate your product idea. And you consider first time reviewers. And for the last one, which is to launch, you are to establish marketing strategy in the launch rather, or product or service. Now, upon launching your product idea, of course, the marketing strategy, is the most important thing. You have to make your being na well prepared. Dapat baga kag face, no? So that's for the idea development process. Now on the next video, we will talk about innovation and ideas.